Hey everyone, Stephen for Futurelooks.com, and this is episode 2 of our continuing COMPUTEX 2014 coverage in Taipei, Taiwan. Let's jump on the floor and have a look at what's new for PC DIY. And we're back at the W Taipei Hotel in the Be Quiet suite, checking out a new product from Be Quiet, and this is called the Pure Rock. And now this one's, like as you were telling me earlier on, this one is a product that you decided to put out because you wanted everyone to feel proud of owning a Be Quiet product at every price point. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah. We had to go at to some price point that is really like a fighting price. And we still wanted to give the user the certain Be Quiet look and feel, and that you can be proud to own a Be Quiet product. So I think we kind of made a really good product here, and yeah, let's go into details.
And of course, it's going to be available at your regular retailers, your new retailers, and what kind of fighting price are you going to be hitting?
The Pure Rock will be available for around $35 US. And I think for that kind of price, you know, you have really a beautiful product. You know, you just look at it, it's quite nice, and performance is actually really good as well.
So even at that price point, you still get a substantial amount of performance over some of the competing products, right?
Exactly, yeah, and it's coming with a Pure Wings 2 fan, so it's definitely a really nice product.
That's great. So that's one of the new products that Be Quiet will be showing off at COMPUTEX 2014. We've got some other products that we'll be showing you later on this week, including a brand new product from a category that these guys have never hit before. So we'll definitely have a look at that a little bit later on. But next up, we're going to be checking out another company on the floor of the show floor. Let's go have a look at that. And we're at the ASUS booth at COMPUTEX 2014, checking out some brand new innovative products from one of the leaders in gaming and peripherals. And here I have Raja, his first time on camera. How's it going, sir?
Not too bad, thank you.
And you know, he's doing pretty well so far, which is good. And he's going to take us through a series of motherboards that should dazzle and inspire you to build really great systems. And first off, we have something that really takes care of the AMD guy, right?
Yeah, with FM2 Plus, we've had a lot of demand for this over the years, and finally the ROG team has found the time to put in a new SKU for ROG. It's the Crossblade Ranger, so all the stuff that you've got, we've done on the Intel boards over the years, all the great ROG features are on this board. We've got the Supreme FX audio. There's new soundstage switches for different profiles, Elna audio caps. So yeah, and also the fan controls too. You know, typically on the AMD boards you don't get as much control, but we've got PWM and DC control on every fan header on the board. So it's really comprehensive, all the great ROG software too.
So basically anything that the Intel guys have gotten, the AMD guys are finally getting in this new board.
Yes, yeah, so anybody that wants to trick out an FM2 Plus build and have all the overclocking headroom that you get with the ROG series, it's here.
Now, can you speak to pricing and availability on this new board for the AMD fans?
Yes, we're targeting around July, August. MSRP is still to be set.
So that was a fantastic board for AMD users. Now we have something for Intel users. So what can you tell me about the new Maximus 7 formula?
Well, I mean, we've continued on with the trend last year. You know, we wanted that clean aesthetic, but you know, there's a lot of demand for a board that looks really clean for the custom modders and the builders that want, you know, side panel builds that they can show off. Now, one of the big things that we introduced last year was the cross-chill cooling with G 1/4 inch fittings, so you can put your own barbs on there. But there was some demand for an all-copper solution, so that's all been changed now. The internals are copper, so you don't get any corrosion risk or anything like that. Audio upgrades, yet again, custom DAC on there to drive headphones with a headphone amplifier, Elna audio caps. You still get all the ROG sonic soundstage features and sense amp, so it can detect headphone impedance. You plug the headphone in, you don't need to do that yourself. The software detects the impedance of the headphone and adjusts the gain accordingly. So it's, yeah, the VRM solution is very robust. So yeah, this will be our top-end SKU for ROG this year. The guys looking out for the tricked out builds, this is the board to go on. This is the OC panel. Every ROG board has a header on it that can take the OC panel or the front base, which we've got displayed over there. This is for the hardcore overclockers, you know, that want to change things on the fly. They may be doing liquid nitrogen cooling and stuff like that. You can mount it in a case as well, so you can use it to monitor temperatures and voltages and make changes on the fly. Then there's the OC panel, which is a bit more gamer oriented. That's got more fan adjustments, temperature monitoring, audio profiles, all switchable from the front. You know, there's even one of those stealth buttons, so if you get caught watching something you shouldn't be, you press the button and it will blank the screen. So stuff like that is pretty cool.
So what are we doing for Mini ITX folks?
Oh, we've got the Maximus 7 Impact. So continuing with the trend last year, you know, nobody had ever seen a board that was so tricked out in such a small form factor. We want to raise the bar every year. So, you know, we've added more features. So fan controls, again, are a big thing to ASUS. You know, we've led the way for the last 5 years on fan controls. PWM and DC headers. Now, there's not a lot of room on the board itself, obviously, so we've added another daughter board with a riser, so 2 extra fan headers now available on the board. MPCIe Combo 3, now this is going to be Gen 3 with X4 M2 capability. So for the guys that are looking for the, you know, right on the cusp of the storage, the new storage solutions coming out, this board will cater to it. You know, you can expect, you know, read and write speeds like 2 GBS. You know, it's really insane.
That's really extremely impressive, especially for a board of this size. This is definitely the ultimate board for your LAN party or Mini ITX build of death, I guess. So are you able to speak to us about availability, MSRP for these 2 boards?
This Impact, we're looking around August. MSRP, we're targeting the same price as the Maximus 6 Impact, so there should be no change there. Maximus 7 formula, probably sometime in July. Probably be bundled with a game as well, so around the $300 mark.
White cases and peripherals have been a trend for quite some time now, and it's taken someone like ASUS to kind of lead the way for the white hardware side of things. And I see that you have a brand new Tough Series board that's completely white.
Yeah, you know, again, we've had demand for different colors. The camo theme has worked really well for us, but people want to build on different colors with that theme. You know, we wanted to provide a solution. So this was a rollout really as an eval to see what feedback was, and so far at the show, everybody's loved it. So this is something we're going to bring to market. Yeah, same as the old Tough, you still get the 5-year warranty, but white PCB with the white camo front and back. So yeah, it's a real slick solution.
It's quite the looker. Any ideas what the pricing and availability will be?
Same as the Z97 Saber-Tooth, so it's just a color change, so there's no difference. Watch this space for the ETA on when it's going to land.
In the quest for higher speed storage, M.2 standard is hitting Z97 boards en masse. They are going to be pretty much standard equipment for the next little while now, and they provide markedly higher speeds than SATA, even SATA Express. But now, ASUS has brought out a solution that will allow older motherboard owners to take advantage of those faster speeds. What can you tell me about the upgrade card here?
Yeah, this is an M.2 X4 PCIe card. Can be added to an X4 slot on one of these boards, and you can plug in your own M.2 drive. So for the new drives that are going to be hitting the market, or some are already available, like from Samsung, this is the card to use. It's fully bootable with OS. There's no problems there, and crazy speeds. You know, we can expect speeds up to, again, 2 GBS, so really, really fast.
Well, this looks like a fantastic solution for people looking to upgrade an older motherboard to the latest standards. But can you speak to us about pricing and maybe availability?
Availability, looking at a month's time. Pricing, TBD.
And that concludes our look at ASUS today at the booth. We're going to be checking in with them again a little bit later on this week. Now, InWin is one of those few companies that really lets their designers go racing. They have a design team that they let loose every once in a while to create products like the Toe, the D-Frame, and the 901 series. All of these cases came about because the company recognized the need to let the designers just take off and use their imagination. And because of that philosophy, they've been able to create products like this. This is the InWin S frame, and this product is just a fantastic use of design, innovation, and R&D, because the process of creating one of these cases is so expensive and so immense that they are only able to make 50 pieces each month. And of those 50 pieces that they sell, they will probably lose money on each and every one. In fact, just to bend this case into the shape right here, there's over 15 steps, and that's not including polishing it, painting it, and getting it into the box ready to ship to you. MSRP of this amazing looking case, which defies explanation, is $899. But once you realize that they've taken a 6-foot piece of aluminum that takes 2 people on a specialized machine to create this case, probably over a week of time, that price is absolutely nothing. The Futurelooks team flew all the way from Canada, and you know, with the jet lag and the time difference, you really never get over that. So we're going to take a moment to have a seat, and we're going to send Michael out for another Megatech Minute.
Hey, Michael Kwan with Megatech News. We're here at COMPUTEX Taipei for another Megatech Minute. You'll start to see a lot more technology around the Qi charging standard. It makes it a lot easier for you to charge your phone, and because it's wireless. So what it means is that if you take a smartphone like this Nexus 5 here that's compatible with Qi, you can plop it onto a Qi charging mat like this ADATA CE700 here. When you put it on top, connected to a USB source, you can start charging your phone right away without having to fumble with the cables and that sort of thing. And it's a lot more convenient. It creates less wear and tear on the micro USB port on your phone. And if you happen to have something like a Galaxy S5 or something like that, and you have the cover over the micro USB port, you don't have to deal with that flap. All you do is you just put your phone on the charging mat and you're ready to go. We're starting to see a lot more products that take advantage of this Qi standard. And when I'm traveling like this is a great product to have. You stash it away in your hotel rooms when you, after a long day of walking through the trade show floor, all you need to do is you pop your phone on the charging stand. And when you wake up in the morning, you're ready to go with a full charge again. And I'm ready to go here to check out all the new products here at COMPUTEX Taipei. Speaking of great new products at COMPUTEX Taipei, I hear Steven's got some new stuff for the PC DIY people, so let's head on out and have a look.
We're here at the BitFenix booth to check out some new products. These guys have been known for their BitFenix, Phenoms, Prodigies, Colossus, heck, even NZXT has submitted a custom PC design so that BitFenix can show off one of their best-selling cases, the Phenom right here. But for COMPUTEX 2014, BitFenix is changing their industrial design just a little bit. They have a trio of cases that we're going to check out that should signify the future of BitFenix. This is called the Pandora, and this is a case that is a aluminum, steel, plastic construction. The side panels are aluminum, and they're quite heavy duty. But the case itself, as you can see, is unlike anything that BitFenix has ever come up with before. The rounded lines, the chrome accents, and of course, just the overall class and elegant looking case that houses a mini ITX motherboard is really just very different than what BitFenix has put out before. Case highlights, number one, of course, is the LCD right here. This displays any logo that you want. So if you don't want to display the BitFenix logo, you can display your clan tag, your gamer tag, whatever you want here, even your avatar if you run it through their filter. It has a front dust filter, removable dust filters all over the place, like the one up top here. It also has a PSU dust filter at the bottom, but most importantly, you can use a standard ATX power supply inside, and it will run a full-length graphics card. You can configure the drive bays any way that you want. It does house 2 SSDs no matter what you do to it on the back panel, but you can also add the tray back in for additional SSD support. In terms of pricing and availability, we're not 100% sure yet, and neither is BitFenix. So we'll keep an eye on them to find out when this case is going to be available. And continuing on with our look at BitFenix cases, this is also another case that's distinctly different than what the company has done in the past. This one's called the Aegis, A-E-G-I-S, and this is a case that's built specifically to water cool. It runs up to an MATX board, so you can go ITX or MATX, but you can notice right here that it's about the same size as a mid-power chassis. Now the reason for that is the fact that this case can run a full-width, full-size 240mm rad at the top, 360mm in the front, and you can basically do any sort of custom DIY water cooling solution inside, although it will also support air cooling with standard fans. The other really cool feature about this case, like the Pandora over here, is that it has this customizable front LED for your logo or whatever you want to put in here using the logo software that's supplied by BitFenix. So you can do quite a bit of customization. Air intakes are from the front on the side here. There's also an air exhaust on the top, and there's intakes on the bottom as well too. So basically just a souped up water cooling case for mini ITX and MATX purposes. And it even includes a 3-speed fan controller at the top that you can control here along with the regular I/O. In terms of pricing, again, BitFenix isn't exactly sure what they'll price this at or when they'll bring it out, but you know, another case here that is definitely distinctly different than what BitFenix has done for people in the past. When BitFenix launched, they brought out their first case, which was the Colossus, and there was no mistaking that that was a BitFenix product. Now they're trying the same thing with the Atlas right here, and there's no mistaking that this case is different, and it's definitely something that BitFenix wants to be remembered for. The Atlas is very unique. It uses a dual chamber design with 2 motherboard trays that you could swap. It also has 10 drive bays inside, room for a 360 millimeter radiator in the front, and in the top here, it can also be air cooled. It has a whole bunch of different options that you can do with it. It can even be changed into a open test bench for your components. Complete tool-free locking mechanism, dust filters everywhere, and the design is definitely memorable, to say the least. They're shooting for about a $200 price range with this case, but we're not quite sure when it'll come out yet because this is still kind of a prototype here. But definitely another signature design from BitFenix, and hopefully we see this out in the market very soon. And that's our quick look at what BitFenix has going on at COMPUTEX 2014. And we're here checking out some new ADATA product, a range of products that they'll be unveiling at the show. Starting off over here, we've got the new V3 XPG gaming memory over here. As you can see, they come in a range of colors. They're running in the system right here. They come standard at 1600 megahertz and go up to 2800 megahertz for a huge performance range, and of course in various capacities as well too. Pricing and availability, they should be available by the beginning of July of 2014. Pricing is still yet to be determined. Moving right along, we also have some announcements on DDR4 from ADATA, which seems kind of strange because no boards exist to run the memory, but in this case, somehow ADATA has partnered with an unknown motherboard company to display their DDR4 memory right here, which they call the DDR4 XPG Z1. Now these memory modules start at 2133 megahertz, much higher than DDR3, and top out at about 2800 megahertz right now. Now of course DDR4 memory is being displayed at the show, but we haven't seen anyone really have it in the machine because the motherboards have not been released yet. However, they do have that showing off over here. It does work, and hopefully we get some more information on it very soon. And ADATA wouldn't be ADATA without SSD product, and that's why we have a few products to show you here at COMPUTEX 2014. Starting off with their new Value Series Premier SP610 SSD. These SSDs go from 128 gigabyte to 1 terabyte, and they start at only $69.99. And the reason why they're able to do that is that they're using a new SMI controller on board, which helps them bring the price down. Now, if you want something a little bit more premium, you can skip up to the SP910 over here, their Premier Pro SP910. Now these go from 128 gigabyte to 1 terabyte as well, but they have a starting price of $84.99. Better, obviously, with better performance than the SP610. And taking that a little bit further, this year, because of the launch of the Z97 platform from Intel, a lot of the motherboards come with an M.2 slot. So that's why ADATA has 2 solutions right here. The M.2 2280 SSD, which is the full length, using a LSI SandForce controller, and sizing goes from 128 gigabyte to 512 gigabyte. For the smaller unit over here, called the M.2 2242 SSD, this guy here still uses an LSI SandForce controller, but you'll see it in smaller sizes from 128 gigabyte to 256 gigabytes. In terms of availability, we're looking at end of June for the SP610, and we're looking at around middle of July for the SP910. And as for the M.2 solutions, we're not exactly sure, but hopefully by the end of the year, we'll see these in mass market availability. And that's a quick look at what ADATA has available for COMPUTEX 2014. And we are inside the Grand Hyatt, which is part of COMPUTEX 2014, a place where a lot of companies tend to put up shop to show off all their latest things. And one company that I met at COMPUTEX, I think it was 2005 or something like that, is NZXT, and they are back here showing off some new products. As I understand that you guys have a trio of new products, well, rather one piece of software, an update, and also two products that you want to show us, right?
Exactly. So a couple of weeks ago, we launched our very first piece of software, which was a very big deal for us. We've been a hardware company since 2004, so it was a very, very cool experience for us. But the software is called CAM. It's completely free. You could download it at cam.nzxt.com. It's a piece of monitoring software, so you can see things like your computer temperatures, your load, your hard drive storage, your internet speeds, things like that. All of the data is stored in the cloud, and then what you can do is access it and control it through your mobile phone. You can go to a different computer and still see your original computer's statistics and things like that. You get notified. That was kind of like the first step in a bigger vision for us, which is kind of like building an entire ecosystem around CAM. This is our Grid Plus. So you install it, you hide it in your case, and you download CAM, and you have complete control right here. So what you'll be able to do is see the exact wattage for each of the 6 fans. You can see the RPMs, you can control the speed, and what you can do is you can create your own custom fan profile, or you can choose one of our automatic ones. The CAM will also notify you of if anything goes wrong, like say fan, you can name your fans of course, so like motherboard fan disconnected, it'll notify you and things like that.
So CAM is actually very smart.
Yes, CAM is super smart.
Well, that's great. Now it looks like CAM is also smart enough to control these water coolers down on here. What can you tell me about these?
We had this great opportunity with these new Krakens because we have basically we redid everything. This is a completely new generation of pumps from ASUS. So this is on their new platform. So right now you have much more efficient cooling, and combined with that, we actually use our new fans here. These are the FX V2. We got a new fan manufacturer. These ones offer much better performance, and it's much cooler. I mean, much quieter, of course.
And so better static pressure and also better performance.
Yes, exactly. And so the cool thing with the new platform is this is actually the first all-in-one liquid cooler on the market that has what's called a variable speed pump. And so what that is it means that the speed of the pump here will automatically adjust, and combine that with our new fans. This is pretty much like very, very, very quiet liquid cooling system. Of course, all of this is controlled through CAM. So you can do things like view the liquid temperatures, you can see the pump speed, you can see the fan speed, you can adjust the fan speeds, make it automatic, manual, choose from custom profiles, create your own. Of course, you can change the LEDs as well. And as usual, like with Grid, you get notified of anything like disconnected fans and things like that.
So CAM is free, and there's a new mobile app that will also be free. I'm sure that the Grid Plus will not be free, and neither will the Krakens. Can you give me some pricing and availability on these new products?
Yes, the Grid Plus is going to be $29.99, and the Kraken X41 is $109.99, and the Kraken X61 is $139.99.
And I think there's something really unique about the warranty of these units, right?
Yes, so this is the industry-leading 6-year warranty now. So we have a lot of confidence with this new Kraken that we've been able to revise, and so we went ahead and provided a 6-year warranty on that.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Tuan, for running me through a trio of brand new products. One of them is free that you can get right away, and the other two will cost you some money. And that concludes episode 2 of our continuing COMPUTEX 2014 coverage. Stay tuned for episode 3 of our coverage coming up really soon. I hope you enjoyed everything you saw. I'm Steven with Futurelooks.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in episode 3.